Hey everyone, welcome back to Nice Girls Don't Win. I'm Parvati Shallow.
And I'm Amy Bean. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Summer is upon us and we have some big things going on. So we wanted to bring you guys a solo episode with Amy and I so that we could divulge all of the goss. We have Survivor Season 50, cast announcement. I know everyone wants to know what our thoughts are about this, especially Amy as an avid Survivor fan and watcher. What do you think about this cast?
I recently got into Survivor and I didn't realize that All Stars is like the Super Bowl for Survivor.
They haven't done a returnee season since season 40.
Oh, it's a big
right,
deal.
Derek? They haven't had returning players at all since season 40. So this is like 5 years in the making.
Okay, so clearly I think everyone's excited for Mike White. I mean, that is a dream person to have on this. I feel like everyone's going to try to keep him around just so that they can make it onto the next season of
There are
Whiteness.
2 ways to win Survivor Season 50.
Okay.
One is you win the game. The second is Mike White casts you on the White Lotus.
Yeah, exactly. That's winning.
I would
keep him
align
around.
with him and ride that all the way to the end.
I'm like, put me at the pool, please.
Yes. Come on.
Also, Sari, who doesn't want to watch Sari? And I like for her, remember she came here and she was telling us that this year she's turning 50. It's like so symbolic for her. And I'm just excited to watch her kick ass.
That's my girl.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
my Survivor soulmate.
I know.
I really want this for her. I feel like this is Sari's time. I lit a candle for her. I had a golden candle.
Ooh.
It was full of herbs and whatever. And I texted her before she left and I said, this is your season, go win. I lit the candle and I let the whole thing melt on a plate. And I mean, the plate is no longer viable because it is candle wax all
But
over.
what a moment.
But I just feel like I really
Didn't think about the
it
outcome.
was a sacrifice,
Such
you
a
know.
7 of you.
God requires a sacrifice sometimes.
Okay. And now here we are. Sari is on 50. When does that start? Like, when do we get to watch? Do you know?
They're out there filming, starving, suffering right now as we speak.
Wow. And so is
Ozzy
Love Island.
is on there. Angelina is on there. Coach is on there.
Coach. I love Coach.
I think these are my top people
Okay.
that I'm excited to watch.
Are you going to join the fantasy league? We have a fantasy league that she is rarely on. She'll message every now and then. But after meeting her, she's like, oh, you're going to love being part of this fantasy league because I play fantasy for Big Brother. And so I'm obsessed. I'm like really trying to figure out how to win this next time. But I wonder, are you going to do it? Because you're going to watch, obviously.
I never win the fantasy league because I pick my people and then I watch one episode of the show and then I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot.
There's more episodes
to
to watch.
rearrange my people on the fantasy league. But I know people like probably, especially people who are watching our podcast, listening to our podcast, are big fans of Survivor and are also in fantasy leagues of their own. So I can say with confidence that I will watch season 50.
Yep.
Because obviously we need, to see these Titans battle it out. And I can't 100% commit to the fantasy league, but I will do my best. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Also, right now, Tyson, my boy, is on House of Villains.
What?
Did
he tell you he was going? Or
He's out there. He's the I think they announced the cast. I hope I'm not just leaking that. Okay, Derek's nodding. Yeah, he's out there right now, and that's actually nearby.
Wow. Oh, in LA?
Yeah, Tyson is so funny. His interviews. I was just in the desert in Joshua Tree with his wife, Rachel, and our kids, and Tyson had just left to go to House of Villains, but they get their phones every night.
Oh, that's nice.
So this is really different. Like when I play Deal or No Deal or Survivor Traitors, they take our phones away. We can't talk to anybody.
You're in a bubble.
But Tyson on House of Villains has his phone. We were texting last night.
Wow.
I was like, are you doing okay?
Wait. So I don't know what the goal of that game is. Like, you just want to be the biggest villain? Like,
I guess. I think it's just who can be kind of the snarkiest person
I think
and maybe
Gabby
funny.
worked on that. Yeah.
What do you think, Derek?
It's kind of similar to Big Brother, where there's a villain each week that wins super villain, and then they put 3 people on the hit list. One person wins a veto-like competition to save themselves,
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
and then there's 2 people on the hit list, and everyone votes one out.
Oh, I need to be watching.
Yeah.
Do you
They're
want?
all evil villains, and so it's a lot
I
of
love
drama.
villains. Like, we know that's something I just can watch all day because it's just fun to watch. It's entertaining.
And Tyson really lays it on thick.
Oh, yeah, Tyson's gonna be great, and he's on there with Plain Jane, who's a sick drag queen.
Oh, so
Okay, and he's
good.
Vicious.
also, he's got a lot of people
Lord.
on there that I think he can play off of. Because we're missing out not having him on season 50 of Survivor, but I'm glad we're going to get to watch him on our screens coming up soon.
I know. Okay, so let's talk about the drag brunch, the iconic Traitors drag brunch that you were just at this
Well,
past
I was
weekend.
there with our best friend, Taylor
Yeah.
Owen,
My FOMO was out.
and her mom, Kiki. Oh, my God. Well, Taylor's mom's out here because Taylor's getting married, as we
Right.
know, to James. If you guys missed
Her
it,
brother.
we interviewed Taylor and her brother James, and they're getting married. Just kidding. They're not actually brother and sister, but they play that on Instagram.
It's really fun.
But we interviewed them in a previous episode of Nice Girls Don't Win at the White Lotus, where they played Chelsea and Rick on our
From White
podcast.
Lotus, yes.
But they are so hilarious, and Taylor is just such a bestie. And her
She's
mom was
sister.
there, and they're wedding dress shopping.
Aw.
I know. So it was really fun to see her. And Anna Kendrick was there. And I just saw her at the table and I was like, I'm going to need to just walk over there and meet her. So I got up, Taylor and I walk over there. We meet Anna. She's a huge fan. She's talking about Traitors. She's talking about the castle. She was wearing this long sleeve kind of ruffle dress.
Pretty.
And I was like, are you not like gushing sweat? It was so hot. I was basically wearing a bathing suit.
Yeah, your outfit was hot. I love that. Heather, your friend, dressed you. And
Heather dressed me. Heather, who did the iconic splits on the bar in front of the Traitors banner, and the photo is stunning. We need to frame it and put it up in our studio.
That's right. I think we should put it on this side over here.
It's so good.
It's-
She's incredible. Someone was like, "This is my gay pride icon." Like Heather.
Well, I was telling you yesterday, I said in my past life, I was a gay man. Like, I just know that about myself. And you were like, Heather, in her past life, she was
a drag queen.
and I see it. It's just, it's a fun.
So I offered to cut Anna Kendrick's sleeves off. I was like, she's like, I can't. It's sewed. I was like, take your top off if you're hot. And she was like, I can't. It's sewed on. And I was like, well, let's get some scissors. We'll just cut it off. And she was like,
What? Did
oh
you
my
do it?
God. No.
She's like, this is a $5,000 blouse.
I know, I'm sure it was like very expensive.
You're like, let me
My
cut
bathing
it.
suit was from Forever 21.
Which is RIP Forever 21.
It's vintage.
Oh, that's so. It's not forever.
Not forever.
Jared. Okay, but so
But it was a
what
blast. And so, as you know, I have been doing these drag
Yeah.
brunches. I'm kind of on
Dreamy.
tour. So when they invited me to come to Alan Cummings' West Coast edition for drag brunch, I'm like, Club Cumming, yes, let's do it. Bob the drag queen was the MC, and he was so brilliant. My friend Paula was there as well. She came out. She's my best friend from college. And she came out from Denver, and she was like, Bob the drag queen is so
Nice.
funny.
Yeah. I mean, I just saw, because the way his speeches and how he serves people at the table, at the round table, I'm like, this guy, he doesn't have a script. He just speaks from the heart, you know? And
He
so-
did it, yeah. And he was
He's a good hire.
hilarious. He was really good, a little mean,
Good.
which
We
is
like-
fun, spicy. And there was a dance contest, and Maria Grace from Deal or No Deal, my
Yeah, she was
daughter,
there.
came with me, and it was her first drag show. Baby's first drag
Aw.
show. I just felt like,
At home.
yeah, this is the right thing to do as a mother, to bring your daughter out into the world, show her what life is about. It's the colors of the rainbow, taste the rainbow. And then they got her on stage to do a dance contest.
Oh.
And she's on stage and she's looking at me like, what do I do? I'm like,
You're
take
like
your top off.
You're videoing her. You're like an Amy Poehler and me.
I was like, she was doing it. She needed a
Is
little
she dating
support.
anybody?
No, she's on the apps. She's out here. She's
Okay.
doing her thing.
So cute.
She's gonna stay here at my house. She's gonna stay in the back house.
Oh,
You
good.
know
You
how I
filled
like
it. You filled it. Okay,
I
good.
like people to live in my back house. She's gonna stay here, and she is going to be a cat mom with me because I promised my daughter
Oh yeah.
that I would get her a kitten when she turned 7. She's
You're
about
going
to turn
through.
7, so I've got to follow through on this.
But you're not just doing one.
Promise. Ethan Zahn and his wife Lisa found some stray kittens under the shed in
From
Florida.
a calico cat. Like the mom is calico. I love calicos.
But apparently, I don't know if you guys know this, cats can become pregnant by multiple different cat daddies.
yes. Yes.
at the same time.
Yes.
So this kitty cat
this calico.
was getting around because she's got 2 little whiteys.
I know, they're cute.
1 calico and 1 tabby.
Ooh, we love a tabby.
Okay, so
That's a
3
sassy.
baby daddies, I think. Is that a girl after
She
my own
gets
heart?
around. So you were gonna pick up the 2 whiteys?
So we're gonna go. Alma has always she's wanted a white cat forever. So
Okay,
now we have
perfect.
2.
Ethan like came from the
Stars
nuts.
align.
Yeah,
Stars align. Now we get to keep it in the family.
great.
Ethan and Lisa.
You're flying to get these cats.
We're flying to Florida and we're turning it into our summer vacation trip. We're going to Legoland.
Yes.
Legoland Water Park.
Yes.
Lisa and Ethan's. And we're going to the mermaid community of
Ooh.
Weeki Wachi Springs.
What?
Okay.
Dreamy.
There's a Netflix documentary called Mer People.
okay.
And I haven't watched it, but I really need to prepare for this trip because they are real life mermaids. Like they train to be mermaids. They wear their tails. These tails are expensive.
Oh, Alma has something to strive for.
Oh my God, so
She's
we're
gonna
gonna
go,
do that.
and this is gonna be her dream to become one.
Yeah, and so Maria Grace is going to live in the back house, and she's
Great.
going to help me learn how to be a cat mom.
Okay.
We're going to do this together because I don't like learning things on my own.
No,
I
it's
like a
better in
partner
group.
in
Yes,
crime.
communal group living. That's how you were raised. so-
Okay, so that's my whole saga. Oh wait, one more thing.
What?
My book tour is coming
I
up.
know.
Oh my God. Okay, I can't.
I'm going. We talked yesterday, and I'm going to one of the parties in July. So
yes, I
are you
have
gonna-
2 parties in LA in July. One is going to be July 5th at Village Well Bookstore in Culver City, and then the other one is on the 13th at the Grove, at the Barnes & Noble at the Grove. So
Party.
come on, come all, and
Yes.
come
Say
out and
hi.
buy my book, please. Thank you.
And then, are you going to other places? Like, are you releasing that? Is your publisher have that all organized, or is
Yes.
that not being released yet?
No, the tour is going to be announced soon, but I'll be in New York on July 7th, 8th, and 9th. And on July 8th, that's when the book comes out and is published and in your mailboxes. If you've pre-ordered, if you haven't pre-ordered, you should probably do that right now. Just pause the podcast, pre-order my book, and then resume podcast.
Yeah.
And the book will be in your mailbox July 8th. And also that night, we're going to party at $3 Bill in Brooklyn because there's a big drag show
Oh my!
to celebrate the launch of my book.
This is so incredible.
I know, I'm really excited.
You need to go talk to Heather about what to wear.
Yeah, I need Heather to come out and just to be my hype
How
girl.
fun. New York in the summer is so like it's. I went to Montauk for an entire summer one year, and it was worth it. I was like, that's why I'm like, I want a little East Coast vibe in my kid. I want her to go to East Coast camp because I feel like we're Californians, we're chill and laid back, but New Yorkers are just like it's a different breed,
Yeah,
and I appreciate them.
they're more direct.
Yeah, straight up.
I love that.
You know if they like you or they don't. There's no fluff, and I'm okay with that.
I appreciate
Me too.
directness so
Me too.
much.
I appreciate constructive criticism. Like I am fine with it. I think like, yeah, I'm a sensitive person, but I don't give a shit. I'm moving on, you know?
Well, also you're a high achiever. You want to get
I
it
know.
right. So if someone gives you constructive criticism, you're going to take it in
I'm like,
stride.
all right, moving. Let me go ahead and fix that. I know.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Aw. Wait, I was going to ask you, what was I going to ask you about with the book tour and everything else? I just feel like,
Well, I
It's a
just
busy
did the audio.
oh yes, that's what I wanted
Recording.
to ask you about.
I know I could read your mind.
Okay,
You
so
know
it was so funny. The other day, she's like, I'm going to read the book. And I'm like, oh my God, is your voice ready? Because you've been talking about your adenoids being all fucked up.
I have a hypothyroid and I've had this for a really long time and it makes my voice really raspy sometimes.
Yes.
So yeah, I have it right now, the rasp.
I love a raspy voice. It's so sexy. I always used to pretend like it. I can never really get it.
You can never get it because we were out, you
never
were
get it.
screaming
No.
and your voice is the same.
It's always the same, but I love a raspy, sexy voice. Like little kids with that too. It's just funny and cute. They feel more like rough. You know what I mean? Like I love a raspy voice. So
like,
how did it go?
Heather's son Levi has
Does he
a
have
really
it?
raspy voice.
Oh,
He's like
we
3
love
years
it.
old and he's like, "Hey mom,
Yeah.
give me some crackers."
It's cute. You're like, oh, well, who'd you just punch?
Yeah, so I took my raspy voice to the studio and I read this book for 2 days straight. And you know what was crazy is
That's good.
it took me 3 years to write the book
Right.
from start to finish, editing the whole thing. And then I stood up and I read it. I read my whole 42-year life story in 2 days. It's like
That feels
the
surreal.
weirdest
I know.
thing to do.
And that's, by the way, my friend Courtney, who wrote a book. That's like you did that in a short time. It normally takes longer than 2 days, I feel like.
Oh, reading it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really went for it. Like, I read it like how I talk to you. So it's very conversational.
Good.
It's my story. I've been immersed in it for a
Yeah.
while. And I think one of my special skills is being able to read aloud well.
Not
I've
mine.
always been able to do that.
That's really cool. That's a special skill because it gives me full anxiety if I have to read out loud. And like I could mispronounce words. Like even talking right now, it's hard.
Oh, wait. How would you? I wish I had a pen and I could write this word down. I'm going to write it on my.
Oh, you want me to read it? Oh,
Yeah, I want you to tell me, how do you pronounce this word?
Like I used to say, like I remember handlebars was so hard to say when I was little. Handleballs. I used to say handleballs.
How do you say that word?
Mischievous.
Okay, I also say mischievous.
It's
And the
right.
man in the booth was like,
What man in the booth?
the man in the booth. Okay, so I go into this studio, which is actually right across from the old house I used to live in when I was married in Venice, which was so surreal and very strange.
Wow.
Because it felt like a full circle
circle.
moment. So I walk into the studio and there is one man who is there with me. He's the producer. And then there's another man when I put the headphones on who's just
In your ears.
somewhere.
He's in your ears.
I don't know where this
rad.
man is. Fred, wherever you are. Great work. So Fred is telling me how to pronounce things if I say it a different way.
So you
whatever.
talk about being mischievous.
So I talk about being mischievous.
Ooh.
However, I say mischievous and he's like, no, it's mischievous. So then I changed it to mischievous.
Derek, is
Derek,
it
look at Derek's face.
I've heard it both ways.
Mischievous?
Do you swing both ways with the?
I think I say mischievous too.
Ah,
Who
guys,
says
well,
mischievous?
look,
Yeah,
when you listen to my book, you're gonna hear mischievous. But when you see me out in the wild, you will definitely hear me saying mischievous. So
Fucking Fred.
you decide.
I think however you say it is you're communicating the same thing. And people can get over themselves.
Well,
Now we
God,
have
I
to
don't like-
reread the book.
I have to go back and reread the whole thing. Oh my God, Fred, what have you done? But I really appreciated it at the end. I finished a whole day and a half early. I was like ready to get that done.
Yeah.
I am ready to get this book out in the world. It's been such a
Labor of love.
really intense process. But I'm like, at the end of the reading,
Oh, I just got anxiety for you.
oh my God, I know.
For people to read this, I read it in a day and a half. It is so entertaining. And so I cried. I had happy thought. Like there were so many moments where I was just like feeling all the feels. And I wanted to text you through everything, but I was like, no, just keep going. It's gonna like, don't need to protect her in this moment. You know what I mean? But
Aw, that's so
there's so
sweet.
many things in it that I think people are gonna be really excited about. But I'm also like, oh shit, people are gonna know about your whole life and world.
Yeah, and a lot has changed since
I know.
finished writing the book.
The ending.
The whole thing.
I know.
So at the end, Fred says, after he tells me how to pronounce mischievous, he says, I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy reading this book because it touches on a lot of human themes
Yep.
and different emotional themes that a lot of people deal with and struggle with in their lives. And he said, I really appreciate that you put there's a whole chapter called non-binary, and it's about starting to date non-men. And I talk about it and I share my personal stories around that. And he was like,
My favorite chapter.
It was my favorite
My
chapter
favorite
to
chapter.
read. It really was like so
Triumphant.
I feel like
It
I'm going to
feels
cry
good.
right now thinking about it. It was like really sweet and so good. And he said, I have a trans daughter. So I'm really glad you put that in there. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like so touched by
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you're tapping into, right? I feel like this world that, you know, it I don't know. I think Fred, who is now realizing his daughter's trans, like it's like he's put himself into somebody else's shoes. So it's nice for these people that never had anything relating to this now get to read a book about somebody who's exploring that world a little bit.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel it's normal, okay? Normalize it. Fuck. Love what you love.
I know. Happy Pride.
Yeah, happy Pride. I know it is Pride
It is.
month, right?
Yeah. So love is love.
Oh, it's so fun. Derek, did you have fun for Pride, like kickoff?
Way too much fun.
I saw.
Derek came in and he was like, hi. I was like,
Very raspy.
what happened to you?
I love it. Okay, well, let's talk about this summer because I feel like
You have so
I'm
much going on.
exhausted. I know. And I think we have some big news to share with everybody because I have realized I've bit off more than I can chew.
There's no easy way to say this.
We're taking a break, a summer break from the pod.
I think this is seasonal. Look, we have kids that are in school. We need the structure of school to support our lives and
Yeah.
our careers and our creative pursuits.
Yes.
So if we don't have school structure, we can't do the same things that we can do during the school year.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a seasonal podcast that is on during the school year.
I think so. I think it's just easier for us to step away. I was looking at my summer plans and work that I have, and I have now 3 kids. Like, it's just so
Where'd
much.
that last one come from?
Yeah, Walker is there. You've seen him.
I saw him last
He
night.
walks around naked.
He would not keep his diaper on. He was like not about that. He was like
No.
summer freedom.
And I was like, hey, ladies. But I love hanging out with Parvati. I like feel like her and I can talk for hours about anything, and it's really fun. And we do get to hang out outside of this room sometimes, which is awesome. But I think I need a little bit of a break to get my other shit aligned. I need to focus on work.
Big transition point in your career because you're really up leveling from one place in your career to a completely new place.
Yes, well, that and also $1 Million Secret was picked up again, and so I'm hopefully going to go back and do that later this year. So
You got to prep.
I got to prep. There's a lot of prep. Plus, yes, I'm developing and selling shows, and that pitch phase for me, I'm not in development normally. I normally am in production, and so I make TV shows. I'm nitty gritty. I'm part of the casting. I'm part of the creative. Like, I shoot it. And for me now, moving to this development role between production, it's crazy. Like, I got a pitch coach because, I can ramble. I have like big thoughts and I get excited about things. And this pitch coach was so helpful. And it made me realize, like, I have to really focus and make this a priority for me if I want to sell these shows. And they're really incredible ideas, big people around them. And so that's something I just need to say, okay, I'm going to focus on this for the summer, and I'll come back and be like, hey, we sold these awesome shows, and here's when they air, and here's where you can apply to be on them. So
How do you balance? I mean, I don't know if balance is the right word, but like, how do you juggle being a mom of 3 kids, 2 super young kids, and also developing shows and transitioning into this new place in your life and knowing that like you're developing a new skill to be able
Yeah.
to pitch something well is a skill that a lot of people, it takes them a really long time
Yeah.
to learn how to do it. So how are you?
That's what I'm figuring out right now. Like, I feel like my kids are, especially the babies, they're starting to go to a different developmental stage, and they require more attention, more, like, it's not 2-3 naps a day, it's 1 nap. And so you have to prioritize your time. And so I thankfully have a nanny that gives me 40 hours a week to just focus. But sometimes I like to romp around or go do a lunch or meet with somebody I haven't seen in a while. And that takes out like a couple hours of my day. And then I have to go parent. And so I have to really focus on being creative. So I do time blocks in my calendar. Like, I'll even be like, okay, drop Blake off at school, create this idea, work on this format for 2 hours, jump on a call here, lunch, work. I've been trying to work out a little bit so that, and in fact, when I'm working out, I get ideas, or I practice my pitches as I'm like lifting or doing something, and so it's really just organizing my time better and being really thoughtful and like turning my phone to focus or work mode to where I'm not being interrupted. And I typically care if I'm like, oh, I didn't write this person back, or I didn't get back to that. I'm like, no, this is my blocked out couple hours to get this done. And I like results. I like seeing my beautiful deck when I'm done. I don't like half-assing shit. So it's like, as soon as it doesn't feel like it's done, I want to check it off my list.
How hard is that then to be in a creative development phase where people are like not giving you immediate results? Like, it's not like, oh, this thing is sold.
Oh.
You're already working on it. It's like, this could be sold.
So I'm working with this company right now, and they have me where they've asked me to give them 5 show ideas. And if we like these 5 ideas, we'll take them out together, and I'm attached as the showrunner. So I have pitched her probably 25 shows, and we've landed on 5 that we like together. But it's crazy. Like, she's like, oh, I work in development, and there's like no's all the time. And I work in production where I get yeses. Like, I need to get it right until we get the yes, because we're gonna film and it's gonna go on air, and this is what we've all decided on. So I have the brain of thinking this is gonna work. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I think.
I think that's why all your shows are going to get sold.
I love you. I hope so. But I genuinely,
You should hold the rose quartz.
Oh, I genuinely do
speaking.
believe in like making it to where we have to have this. Like, there's like, you can't go on without seeing this version or this take, or like, this has never been done. I like thinking about things that have never been done because I'm a viewer. Oh, this feels so good, guys. I'm a viewer. And so for me, I want to watch, we created this awesome show that I'm so excited for you guys to see, and we will get it out there. So I'm going to get you on with the pitch coach, and we can walk through and how to really like make them be like, we can't live without this.
We can't live without this. We want a bidding war for our show. That's what we're going
We're
for.
going to put that out. Okay. But yeah,
Full
so.
on. But also, it's not all work and no play for you, because you just got back from a big vacation.
I know.
And I saw a video of Nick eating a sandwich that was at least 60 seconds. Did you see this video? Amy posted it on her feed. She posted a bunch of like
Just random stuff like from us being out. But when you're a parent of 3 and 2 under 2, you don't get to eat a meal without an uninterrupted meal. And so I think I was clearly excited about it.
So you also met some people.
Locals.
Okay, tell us about your
yeah.
trip.
Okay, so Derek, I was in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, and Amsterdam's super close, but I had booked this tour for the Royal Delft. It's like this pottery place. I love it. It's like blue plates. They're really gorgeous. They're like $900 for a plate. Nick's like, okay, what are we doing here?
Those are going to get destroyed by your children.
I didn't buy one because they're $900 a plate. I have to wait.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful, but they're hand painted.
I sacrificed you.
I love art. I love artists, and I really wanted to cherish it. So we didn't go to Amsterdam, but we ended up going to this awesome river bar, and we're having some oysters and some wine, couple bottles of wine. We're like hammered, and we ended up becoming friends with the local 2 guys sitting over here. Because Nick was talking shit about his tiny little drink. And I'm like, oh, you're fucking American. Of course you're going to talk shit to somebody. Like, stop. You're embarrassing us. I'm like, can you put a little Canadian accent in there? So they don't.
How about another drink?
Hey. Just kept saying A. But no, I was like, oh, great. Now these guys are going to hate us. We ended up really hitting it off with these guys. One had just like finished he's becoming an eye doctor, and the other guy's an entrepreneur. So it was fun. I was like, so what do you guys think of Americans? Like, be straight. Like, tell me what's up. And he's like, well, you guys are pretty arrogant. You guys are, I love it. It's like, you guys. I'm like,
you guys, you're like, yeah.
I'm like, it's him. It's not me.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a lady.
He's like, you guys are loud. And he's like, but he appreciates us because he likes ideas and, entrepreneurship. So he was like, I appreciate Americans. Yeah. I was like, okay. But we had so much fun, and they kicked us out of our table. They were like, you guys have been here for too long. Can we move you to another table?
You're like, I'm just trying to eat a long, leisurely sandwich.
Really. They moved us to another table, and eventually, so I was on a cruise, and the port was like leaving at 8 p.m. So we had like another 3 hours. He's like, hey, my high-rise apartment is right across from the port. Why don't you guys come over? And Nick and I are like, yeah, let's go. And like, they have bikes there. They have 1 million bikes for 600,000 people in the
That's amazing.
city.
I wish we had that.
Yeah, it's all bikes. Everyone just jumps on their bikes. So they head out of there. And Nick got the WhatsApp from the guy. And we're just like, should we go? We're like, okay, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
So we're like knocking on the door. And we ended up having the greatest time at this guy's apartment. He was talking to us about like dating and all this stuff. And I'm like, I just felt like a local in the city, and I'm still friends with the guy. He sent me the new girl that he's dating. Yeah, love them. But no, it was a really necessary trip for a couple that want to be in love forever. I think we were able to connect again and not have to I come home, I'm like, did you take the diapers out? Or did you bring in the Costco, whatever, and it's like, you're just, it's like exchanging to-dos as opposed to being laughing and fucking and having a great time. And we just had so much fun.
And then were you able to compartmentalize your guilt or fear about your kids and not being there with them? Were you worried about them when you were gone, or were you able to just let go and have fun?
So on the cruise, there was crazy sea, high seas. We were in the Nordic Sea.
So you're like, we're all gonna die, and our kids are gonna be orphaned.
Yes.
No.
I thought about my will. I was like, I had to I would write the nanny and my mom and my in-laws that were with the kids. I'd be like, please, we're gonna be okay, but I love you guys. I'm so crazy.
God.
Well, they're like, hey guys, we're gonna be okay, but we're not gonna stop at the next port because the seas are too high, And I'm like. And Nick and I missed the safety briefing because we were jet lagged and we were sleeping through it. And so now I'm like, where do we go if, God forbid, we fucking capsize?
Hunker down.
Where? On a boat in the middle of the fucking Nordic Sea?
That's what you do. You hunker down.
Hunker where?
Hunker. In your bunker.
No.
You will never catch me on a cruise. I'll just tell you that.
Oh,
I am not a cruise girl. I get so motion sick. High seas, I wouldn't be worried about dying because I would be green puking off the side of the boat, and I'd be like, just take me, see.
I just kept drinking. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go play bingo and try to not think about it. And then I would watch the staff and the crew, and I'd be like, is this normal? And
oh my God, wait, you sent me pictures of the people you were hanging with. They were all 80 years old with their little floral shirts. It was so cute.
It was really fun.
Grandma
I'm a
training
cruise girl.
started early.
I am not kidding you.
You love a
grandma.
cruise.
I love a cruise. I like knowing. I like looking at the schedule and being like, oh, okay, right now is bingo, or I can go play bean bag toss.
You like an organized activity.
Love organized activities.
This was Easter at your family's house.
Yes. Yeah, I don't want to sit around. I want to hang out.
Okay, you and I's vacation lifestyles are so opposite. I'm like, do not make me go anywhere unless it's a massage.
Oh, I did get a massage.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh my God. I love this because you need all of it. But it's so funny because even on your vacation, it's a harrowing time.
I know, always. That's Amy Bean for
But then when you came back, I wanted you to come to the Traitors drag brunch so bad. I was like,
I told her, I said, I'm coming to this, but I didn't realize it was the Saturday right when I just had gotten back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't. I'm like, I need to hang out with my kids. I felt really guilty that I was gone for them for 10 days. And so I was just working away with those 3 kids of mine at home I set up the whole backyard though in this fun little water park. So we were busy having fun, but you had more fun for sure.
I looked at your story after I got home from my drag extravaganza, and you had a full-on water park in your backyard.
I know. I got to be entertained. I was like,
your kids are so lucky to have you as their mom.
Oh,
You're such a good mom.
You're so nice for saying that. It's
you are. You really care. You love on them so much. You take good care of yourself.
Yeah.
That is honestly, that's the most important thing I think for a mother to do, is to just know that your happiness matters.
Yeah.
And prioritize that and do fun things for yourself.
Well, if I'm not happy, I've realized this, then the whole house is not going to be happy because I am managing the house and the meals and the activities and, all of it. And so I need to be happy. And that could be getting a new shirt, making me happy. That can be going to get a massage really quick. That could be going to my workout or, getting a nice meal. That is really, get me some sushi.
Going to
I'll be good
Costco,
for the next
getting
week.
250 eggs.
Costco's annoying. But I gotta go.
Sucks. Oh my God. I really love hearing people's first time visits to Costco.
Oh yeah?
People think it's going to be this incredible, I don't know, oasis of goods. And they go in and it's a culture shock. And the cognitive dissonance, the gulf between their expectations versus reality. If you have a Costco story, I really want to hear
comment.
it.
Please tell and share
Random
with us.
aside. But I think it's very clear. We have definitely shared why we are taking our break this summer. We're going to be working on some major up-leveling things in our work lives. We're going to be handling being single. Well, I'm going to be handling being a single mom. You're going to be handling being a mom of 3. And we're going to come back in a really new way for
With
season
lots
2.
of updates. But I know we don't know the air date for Australian Survivor.
Yeah, I think they said late July, early August, but as soon as we get an air date, we will also pop back on with an update for you about how to watch this show, because we have promised this community a way to watch. So I'm going to follow through on that as soon as I know when the show is going to be airing. I'm so excited about it.
I bet. I am so excited to see you play with Australians and other parts of the world. Like, this is a big deal that you were chosen to represent America.
The Olympics of Survivor.
Yeah.
I'm repping USA. I know.
Big deal.
Hopefully I do us proud.
I hope so. I know. I love that you don't tell me anything, and I just have to tune in with the rest of them.
Tune in.
But you're such a boss. Like, I saw you on Deal or No Deal Island, and I'm like, they're not even thinking about taking her out yet. And then eventually the family was definitely the target, but
they couldn't get us.
Yeah, you can get you.
But I love that the family's staying together because MG is moving into my backyard.
What's going on with the family? How's David?
David's doing well. He's getting his cash money.
Oh, yeah.
So Rich Daddy David is doing great.
Daddy David.
Dixon's doing well. He's thriving in his Parks and Rec job.
Okay.
He has his next 20 years of his life planned out. He knows the house he wants to live in. It's right next to a park.
Oh, I love Dixon. He's like me.
He's a sweet, simple man. And MG is moving into my back house. So the family is thriving.
Operating. Okay, good.
I know.
Oh,
Fun.
I love this. And then what's going on with everybody else? I haven't really.
I don't know. Philip messages me. We text every now and then. CK's having a baby. Coming up in August.
Oh, yeah. Baby Leo. I'm so excited. It's a Leo baby because it's August, so it's not the name, but.
Yeah. I think Will might be getting another turtle.
Oh, okay.
Things are happening, moving and shaking.
Okay, good.
And I think we have a new season of Deal or No Deal. Has it been picked up?
It has not been picked up just yet.
Okay, so we'll hold our breath.
But Endemol has a lot coming out. They have Fear Factor coming out.
And I'm pitching a new show with
them.
Endemol.
See?
In July, I'm pitching a new show that I'm
good.
EPing with them, and it's really cool.
It's going to go.
I'm excited.
That one's going to go. I know. So when we come back in the fall, we will tell you about all the fun things that are happening. Because right now, that's what's hard about this is like we can't really give too much info on the projects we have.
Top secret.
And
I
that's
feel like
annoying, but
a
I want to be able to
spy.
talk about it. That's the thing. It's like we have so much happening that's so exciting, but you just in this industry, it's weird. It's like you also just can't
I know.
give things away before the announcement.
Yeah, it's so secretive, which is, it's like part of the job. How would you have been as a spy? Would you have been a good spy?
It depends. I mean, I've always said like if I had to do that Weeds job, remember that show Weeds?
Yeah.
And she was like this house, I could probably do that. Like I can be incognito.
You can run an underground operation.
Yeah, for sure. So if you need me, anybody, I want to make some extra money. No, but
She's available.
So a spy, yeah, I could probably do that. I mean, as long
What
as
if
my
you had
kids
to,
aren't following me.
That's not going to work well. All right, we're going to leave you guys with the tease for Australian Survivor. And we'll see you in the fall.
See you in the fall. Have the best summer. We love you all.
Happy summer.
Bye.
Bye.